Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Basement. Thank you for joining me today. Happy, joy. It's so much fun being invested in junior gold mining stocks. Let me tell you all about it. Feels like Larry Leopard said, I'm stealing this from him, like the market's like Lucy in the Charlie Brown cartoons when she pulls the football away every time Charlie Brown goes to kick it. And he's like, ugh. That's what I feel like. Maybe worse. That's maybe like 20 times worse than that is what it feels like. Um, yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks. I had some stuff going on a personal level, and then, I'll be completely transparent with you. I have zero debt in my life. My house is paid for, cars are paid for, um, uh, and then I have a good cash position, I would call it. And then the other, and that's like 25% of my net worth. The other half is in gold mining stocks. Because I just don't see anywhere else that looks to be of value. Okay. I'm not going to buy Apple computer, you know, 20 times revenue, or Microsoft at 15 times revenue, or any, this other stuff. I'm a value guy, and I think the good deals right now are in the gold mining sector. So, but it's been horrible. If you've invested in the gold mining sector this year, I look back, according to my calculations, this year from January 1st through today, the GDXJ is down. I think on January 1st it went like way up, but if you go from that point to now, it's like you're down like almost 30%. Now I am lucky, but I'm still in a lot of pain, but I'm also lucky because year to date I'm only down about 5% in my, kind of portfolio, or my investable capital. I've kind of bought in and then sold some stuff, but man, the last couple of months I bought back in and did some stupid stuff too, with some options. I'm again being transparent, but I'm only down about 5% year to date, which you know I was way up for a while. I really was. And it all just got obliterated over the last couple months. Okay, my biggest positions: Equinox Gold, Fortuna Silver Mines. Both of those are kind of small, mid tier producers. First Mining Gold, Treasury Metals. They're both developers, I think you would say. And then I have two explorers, Brixton Metals. I have a big position in Brixton Metals. I don't know why, but I just believe in that company and believe in that guy Gary that runs it. And Fosterville South is probably my smallest position. Um, you look at the Equinox is still like half of where it was at its peak back in August or so of last year. A company I don't own anymore, Pure Gold. Heck, in December of last year, they were like 230 per share US dollars, and now it's like 70 cents. I mean, there's been some very difficult, challenging stock price scenarios unfold within the gold mining sector. But here's what I want to say to anybody who owns gold mining stocks. One thing to remember, I'm reminding myself this morning. A couple things to remember. Number one, those companies all have a ton of gold in the ground. Just like Equinox or First Mining Gold, they have millions and millions of ounces in the ground. In the case of Equinox, like 30 million, and they're mineable ounces. These aren't just like ounces they kind of did some drilling and said, oh yeah, if we ever build a mine, we'll be able to get there. No, these are like real ounces that they're going to get to. Okay. So if you own these stocks and you're buying these stocks at levels, market cap levels, where the market cap is oftentimes less than the value, the value of the assets of the company after you take out their debt. And in the case of Equinox and the camp company, also like Fortuna, two producers that I have, they're actually generating positive free cash flow, even at 1750 gold. So you got to remember that like, I don't know, people keep comparing now to like 2013 when the gold price went in the tank, and The gold miners, some of them went down, 70, 80% in value. Well, back then, those companies started at a level where they were trading at much higher multiples, right? They were valued like two, three, four times, five times from a multiple perspective of where gold mining stocks are valued today. Um, uh, Plus, they had almost said a curse word. They had a lot of debt. Now these companies, these gold mining companies, they have very little debt. Their balance sheets are in great shape. Okay, things really are different this time. They really are. From fundamental measurable metrics, they really are different this time. And when it comes to the gold price, comparing it now to back then, sure, the gold price could fall, but back then there had not been as much money printed. The M2, or however you want to look at it, was not as big. Inflation wasn't as high as it is now. And back then, the dollar index, when this gold price decrease started back then, the gold price index was very low and had a lot of room to move up. Whereas now, it's pretty darn high. Sure, it can still go up, it can still go higher. I'm not going to argue that. But a lot of the factors are really different this time. So I don't know. Doesn't take away from the fact that it just plain stinks to own gold mining stocks right now. But that can change, and I'm optimistic that it will change. A couple final thoughts. I would like to officially surrender my August 12th low call on the gold the gold price. I put out a video where I called the low and the price of gold. I said it was the only time I would do it. I think gold's lower than that now. I think it was like 1750, and I think gold actually has traded last week a couple times below that level. So I was wrong on that. Okay. Yep, I guess that's it. I wish everyone good luck. Like I said, I've got a lot of my money in these gold mining stocks, but when I stop and look at the kind of underlying value and the underlying conditions, and I compare it to, where else am I going to put my money? Apple or Microsoft? That would have been a good place to put my money 10 years ago. What I'm hoping is that I'm right, and I believe that there's a good chance that I'm right, that 10 years from now, people may look back and say, those gold mining stocks were a great place to put your money. I guess we'll see. If I can live through all this, we'll see. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you soon.